We've got good fats and bad fats, a Brit who cooks Italian, and the gong that heals. It's Gong master and sound researcher Don Conroe returning to show us yoga moves that resonate to the vibration of gongs. And then today, some call her the Martha Stewart of the United Kingdom. It's Delia Smith, England's best-selling cookbook author, stirring up summer recipes in our kitchen today. And Dr. Udo Erasmus has the last word on which fats hurt and which fats help our diet and our nutrition. You might be amazed. Hi, everybody. Welcome to the Alive and Wellness Show. You know, it's a sound unique in all the world. Our first guest today says the sound of a gong has healing qualities. Feeling tones, they are called, allowing the whole body to act like an ear. Well, hear for yourself. Here's Gong Master Don Conroe and his group, the Mysterious Tremendum. Don Conroe, thank you, Don. Let's let it calm down and quiet down, right? Things we've learned because we've met the group. Welcome back, Don, and the Mysterious Tremendum. Thank you so much. I don't know what you guys thought at home if you said this is just so much noise. You don't know. Maybe you were being healed, right?
Right.
I have to let folks know we kind of like this sound, and it grows on you, I think. What's the reaction of most folks when they first...
Oh, they're so relaxed afterwards, and it just feels like they've had a little nap. And so it kind of energizes you and relaxes you at the same time.
This is the premise, that the gong, this ancient instrument here, has real healing. It vibrates in a way that touches our chakras, our energy
That's right.
centers.
Well, it fills your whole body. It's called holistic resonance. And it vibrates every part of your body. You feel it with your cells of your body. You can feel it with your emotions. It's an uplifting type of time-suspending thing where you just are in a very contemplative, meditative mood afterwards. You feel like centered, you're balanced, yet energized at the same time.
Unlike so many other kinds of disciplines that can do it, the members of the group play these other instruments that were, I know we've talked about this before, Sam, it's like different kinds of very primal kind of instruments?
Primal, yes. Very ancient, indigenous, primal instruments, they're called.
And from the sea, we've got right over here, I don't know if we can see some of these as we're watching.
Oh, yeah.
The shells and the conch shells. And
a lot of people have these at home. They're really millions of years old, these conch shells.
I want folks to know how you spent most of your adult life researching the sound as healing methods, Don. Why did you get into this?
Well, one time I was gonged back in the 60s, and it just lifted me out of my body. Somebody's going to experience that today, I'm sure.
We're going to do a gong bath, among other things. Yeah.
But that feeling of just being out of your body and not having the pain feeling of the body anymore, I says, I have to learn how to play it.
Now, explain to me again why it resonates that way, because I mentioned the chakras, but basically...
That's right. Well, it produces the sound of Om, the sound of the whole cosmos, the roar of the universe, and it's like an ocean of sound. It isn't just one note, it builds up. Here, build up. The energy that comes through there
rolls out.
rolls right.
Yeah.
And your body picks up the resonances that it needs, because it's a big spectrum.
But this is copper and tin, is it not?
And a little nickel in there
and a
as
little
well.
So is it the combination of the metals?
It's an alloy, yeah.
It's the alloys.
An alloy.
Because you could say, well, you could play something else made of copper, but it's not going to give you the same.
No, this is the most resonance you can get out of a metal.
Something.
Yeah.
Now let's talk about Gong yoga, because that's what we're doing today. Never heard of it before, gotta admit. Tell me about why you combine the old yoga moves with the Gong resonance?
Well, that's right. What happens is in Gong yoga, you just want to rejuvenate yourself suddenly. You want to get a surge of energy. You want to get a surge of balance. We say, this is the gong. You know, your presence is your gong. Mm-hmm. So you want to feel full of tone. That's the idea. And when you're full of tone, then the body automatically heals and rejuvenates itself.
Trying to rebalance,
without the left brain saying, I have to do this exercise for that, and that for this, and I don't know how to do that. It just bypasses all of that thinking process, and your instincts and your intuition.
So it's intuitive gonging with yoga, sort of.
That's right.
Or somewhere in the middle of that.
That's right.
Have you guys tried this? The yoga part of it?
Some of them have.
Some have, yeah.
Yeah, but they do it automatically when they play intuitively, impromptu, and in spontaneous music. Mm-hmm. They're using their instincts and their intuition to play the healing sounds, and so they heal themselves as they're playing.
Got it. Okay. You want to try a little with me on the yoga, and then later somebody's going to have a bath over here, a gong bath, though. Yeah. Should we come into here?
I'm thinking we can.
So is this going to be simple, though? It's a little...
Great.
Okay.
Now, look, you have... where are you, Steph? You said in the shoulders.
Yeah, always feeling it right behind the neck at the base of the...
And so you don't want anybody to know that, so we just kind of like keep it there. But let's roll the shoulders.
Okay. Start with some basic moves.
Yeah, and remember, just breathe deeply. That's the most important thing in yoga, is you get more oxygen in and more carbon dioxide out. So you roll.
You guys can do this with us in the audience.
Try it in the audience. It's something you can do at the bus stop or at home. Just roll the shoulders. This is your scapula, your shoulder blades that are rolling. It's got to do with your heart meridian. So roll the shoulders and then just inhale a deep breath. Hold the breath for a second and keep rolling the shoulders.
Hold the breath and roll.
Right. And roll them, and then just exhale and you go ta. And then you're going to feel the need to relax your neck, and that's going to relax these upper traps up here.
Open that up a little. Okay.
Yeah. And then that was for nervousness as well. Mm-hmm. So if you're feeling a little bit exhausted and low energy, you can't do this in your seat too well, but you can.
Okay.
It's the sacrospinalis muscle up your spine, and the way to energize that is just kind of bend left and right. But you do it with a breath. So you inhale and exhale. Big breaths, big breath. Now inhale the breath, but keep going.
Now where's the gong come in, Don? Shouldn't we be gonging about now?
About now, right.
Coming right in? Okay, we're warming up, huh?
Yeah. So inhale deep. Exhale all the air out. Hold the air out and pull your diaphragm in.
Okay.
And pull up. So easy, isn't it? You feel like stretching? Breathe with it. Hold the breath, keep going, and then exhale all the air out, and then pull up your diaphragm.
Got it.
And that's it. All you have to do is to follow your instincts throughout the day, and you'll have rejuvenating Gong yoga because you're going to feel your best. You'll be full of fullness.
These are the feeling tones. But again, now the sound. We need the sound, don't we?
And the sound, to do it with the sound.
Okay, why don't we do that? And I'll keep doing my shoulders and stuff if you want. Maybe the audience wants to do with me. We can work a little bit.
And hold it. And stretch up. And just roll the wrists. And relax. And always relax your neck afterwards. And don't be afraid to roll your shoulders and to drop the head.
And the resonance from this sound is adding to then the
that's
benefits,
the life force
that
you build up in your body.
Huh.
You begin to feel like a gong. You feel resonant.
Sometimes you feel like a gong, sometimes you don't. I want to ask our audience if they're feeling anything. Oh, I hear that. What was that? Oh, that's the
rain stick.
The rain stick.
Yes.
Isn't that great? I like that.
Yes.
I like that sound. We're going to take a short break, and then we're going to come back, and we're going to tell the audience how to take a gong bath. In fact, this is a wonderful experience. You'd be surprised. Something you only see here, folks. Stay with us. This is Don Conroe and the Mysterious Tremendum. Back in a moment.
Hi, we're the Bronx Zoo Group Sales Department. Come visit us. We're open 365 days a year. America's talking.
Next, we'll have the latest on the aftermath of Hurricane Allison and news on the Bosnia situation.
Also, Bill Rafferty joins us from Nashville, Tennessee.
Yeehaw!
That's next on Wake Up America with Bill McCuddy and Kay Kim. Today on What's New.
Hello, everybody. I'm Mike Jarek. Check out all the latest gadgets, gizmos, contraptions, doodads, doohickeys, and widgets. And some of this stuff might be useful.
That's today on What's New with Mike Jarek.
AT in Depth is a different way of looking at the top stories, the news of the day, reports from the scene.
The difference.
Because we tell you why it happens. Only AT in Depth gives you greater understanding of the world. Chris Matthews.
You're taking on the whole history of man here.
The difference.
And Terry Anzer.
You're suggesting a bay of pigs with gifts instead of guns?
The difference.
Keep the conversation provocative and open.
I want to say something here.
AT in Depth is news with a difference. Only on America's Talking. Join the conversation.
I want to lose weight.
I tell you, we're having the experience today on Alive and Wellness with the Mysterious Tremendum and Don Conroe. The sound is that of a gong, and it's resonant healing tones. On the floor is Janine from Inglewood, New Jersey, who's getting her first gong bath. If you've never seen this, this is what happens. Don, what should she be feeling as you're doing this? Continue, please, but just talk to us while you're...
It's like being in an ocean, but of course there's no water, but there's these little ecstatic waves of energy that fill the body.
Run around here behind us. I gotta hear how it felt, Jimmy. Are you okay?
Yes.
Was that different?
Yes, felt very soothing.
Was it soothing to you?
Yeah.
Certainly you've never had this happen before.
No.
You even have a gong in the house?
No, I don't.
Well, I don't know. This might be the beginning of something. You think it really did sort of, you felt something?
Yeah, it made me feel relaxed and calm.
That's the idea.
Now, if you want to roll over.
We're going to try a little gong yoga with you, too. Appreciate you doing this. Let's see. What are you going to try, Don?
All right. You know, in our yoga class,
I'll move over here.
the wonderful thing, you can just lay your head down. The wonderful thing about the yoga class is that after you take it, you feel as though you've been almost reborn. You feel like you're totally clear. And this pressing on the back is part of the technique that you do.
Why is that?
You do at home, too, with your family. All that you do is you just press down on the back. And this is going to balance and circulate the chi throughout the system.
The chi is the life energy.
The life
of course.
energy.
Mm-hmm.
And that's all that you have to do. And now turn over. And you can sit up in your yoga pose.
Mm-hmm.
Right, yeah.
That's good.
Good.
You ever tried
Now-
yoga, Janine?
No.
Yeah, okay. Well, this is another relaxation.
All
move.
right. Well, I'm going to sit here. We'll do it in front of each other like this here.
I'll move over in the back of you.
Okay. Now, if you'll take your hands and place them together, roll the wrists like this. This is a movement we don't usually do, so it's a good to do a new movement. Now, inhale deep. Exhale. Really inhale deep. Exhale powerfully. Now inhale deep and hold. And keep the hands moving. Press.
Now, which energy centers is that opening?
This
down?
is working on the heart center here. This is the chest muscles. Okay, and relax. Now, inhale deep. Exhale all the air out. Squeeze out. Hold it out. And now pull your diaphragm up. That's it. Relax the neck.
This is good to do before a test, you need. It really does work.
We call it minute yoga. It's very good if you work in front of a computer.
It'll unlock some of that tension that happens.
Right there,
Let me get a call in. We've got Bryant in Kansas. Got a couple of calls, in fact. Bryant in Kansas. What's on your mind, Bryant?
Well, I want to know, what does this heal? What does it do?
What does it really heal? Good question.
All right, the body heals itself. We just step out of the way of the healing. We call it self-healing. But really, if you allow your body to be full and balanced with life force, your innate consciousness will absolutely repair the body very quickly. We call it superconducting.
Superconducting.
So what needs to be healed in you will be healed automatically. Often we think, well, I've got to know what it is I'm going to heal. Usually we say is don't worry about what is wrong. First of all, create what's right. And what is wrong is going to adjust and
around
it's going
that.
to get resonant
It's a part of a
again.
process, is it not?
Yeah.
If you believe in this kind of healing, and I'll tell you, there's something about, again, sort of like letting the body know that you are ready to open up to a healing process, or to be relaxed, or to be whatever. I wonder if any of the members of the group have seen real changes in their lives being around these tones and the vibrations. Let me just ask, what's changed? Anything?
My whole work and my practice has changed as a chiropractor. I'm using sound, and that's been my life for like the last 10 years.
Really? Yeah. And do your patients now, how do they react?
Oh, very, very, very well. More relaxed, healing quicker.
Actually healing quicker?
Yes.
What kinds of problems?
All types of things, headaches, muscle-related problems, bone pain, arthritis.
It's just the idea of music and sound anyway being such a healing force. But this is as primal as it gets. Let me get Dolores on the line. She's from Massachusetts. Hi, Dolores.
Hi, Carol.
Do you believe in this?
Yes, I love your show.
Good,
and I've
thanks.
turned all my friends onto it. But but the main thing I want to know is that. Oh, I guess keep going. What I really want to know
Go right ahead.
Okay, what I really want to know is if you don't have access to a live gong, can you get it through? Can you get it through?
Like a CD or music, right?
Yeah, can you get it through CD or music?
If it's not the authentic
It's not
thing.
the real thing, right?
Good point. Now I know the Mysterious Tremendum has a CD. In fact, would you get the same impact from listening to that?
Oh yes, what it does is it blots out all the ambient noise in your room. So what you have is an ocean of sound in your room, and you get rid of noise pollution that way. Also, if you lie down, you put headphones on, and it's just like it was really there, except of course you don't have it over your body swinging.
Actually swinging, yeah, it does. Believe me, I've played it in my quiet moments, and it can be. Well, Janine, I got to ask you in our last seconds, what did that feel like? If you didn't like it, tell us.
No, I didn't mind it. It was nice.
Something different, and it kind of did bring you into a different kind of consciousness.
New experience.
New experience. Good. I'm glad you did that for us. Thank you so much, Don.
You're welcome.
Thank you as always. Something new to learn about Gong yoga and the Mysterious Tremendum. Always glad to. You want to play us out in the last few seconds we have? We can gong a little more. Thank you again.
You want to play?
Back in just a moment. Oh, good. Yeah.
Another magazine. It's a way of life.
Looking for the cutting edge in alternative health treatments? Check out The Health Show in Anaheim, California from June 15 through 17. I'll be there too, hosting a panel on mind-body improvements. For more information, call 1-800-226-0323. And now today in our Live and Wellness Health Update, we have a new study from the Journal of the National Cancer Institute saying that radon seeping into homes from the ground might be causing more than 14,000 lung cancer deaths each year in the United States, and that radon gas may be responsible for up to 30% of lung cancers among non-smokers. Now, these conclusions are based on studies of hard rock miners who were exposed to the naturally occurring gas, radioactive gas, at work. However, we should tell you that the authors of the study say that the estimates should be interpreted with caution, since miners are also exposed to a lot of other chemicals, such as diesel exhaust, that could well affect their lung cancer rates. Now, maybe you've got a cold and you can't shake it. Well, it could be a sinus infection that you are not treating properly. A new study says about 75% of sufferers mistake the symptoms of sinusitis. That's an infection of the air spaces in the bones around the nasal cavity. Half of us wait a month or more before we go for treatment. A few tips, though. You've got sinusitis if the nasal discharge is colored and thick. Colds and allergies make clear drainage. Also, we're told that over-the-counter potions may hurt more than help. They often cause rebound congestion. And finally today, babies are being sent home prematurely, and money is the reason. That finding comes from a Dartmouth Medical School study that showed infants discharged before they are 2 days old are 50% more likely to be readmitted for problems like jaundice and malnutrition. Simply put, it's saving the hospitals money to send new moms and babes home early, but then the babies tend to pay the price later. That's it for right now. We're going to take a short break and come back to talk about what you need to know about essential fatty acids. Stay with us.